What's up, YouTube? Back in the day, I might have been a little worried about this thing starting, but no. So we'll just go boom, boom. 2 cranks, 2 frozen, has them ran for like 3 days. That is a product worth buying. So the upgrade I did, the Big 7 replacement, so that's from JeepCables.com. It's handmade, high quality products right here in America, and I genuinely think it's probably the best time and money I've spent on this vehicle. It replaces 7 crucial wires and adds a fuse into your vehicle, at least on the Jeep Cherokee XJ model. They do make the product for a wide range of vehicles now. I believe they just started with Jeeps, hence the name JeepCable.com. Places your negative battery to firewall, your negative battery to block, your firewall to block, positive battery to starter, positive battery to power distribution center, and this is where it adds the fuse between your power distribution center and your fuse, and the fuse to your alternator. So traditionally, there was a cable that goes straight from your power distribution center to your alternator. Now, if you had, sometimes there was a linkable fuse, which is horrible, bad design. They're so hard to track which one has blown, and they're hard to replace. Bad design. So it gets rid of that if you have it, or it just gets rid of the straight fuse, or just straight wire from your alternator to your power distribution center. So if you ever have a power surge and your alternator going out, or dunking your vehicle in the river, and your alternator gets a surge, it doesn't just go straight to your PDC, blowing the very expensive, hard to find fuses in that PDC. It blows, or it doesn't blow. It's a pretty quality, high grade, like a marine fuse. But it sacrifices that before it sacrifices your PDC, which is crucial. So these 7 cables come in either 2 or 4 gauge. Now I recommend 4 gauge for anyone who's putting anything extra onto the vehicle. 2 gauge is the bare minimum, what you need to upgrade your vehicle to make it, somewhat modern spec, bring it into this century. But the 4 gauge, that is the stuff to do, because you can put winches, lights, sound systems, a bigger alternator, all the stuff you need to make this thing crank over in one turn, even when it's, below 0 out. Shroud that covers the alternator, I had to slightly carve that out to make the cable fit into it, and then getting to the back of the block, where one cable goes from back of the block to the firewall, getting to the back of the block, it's a little difficult because there's only like 2 inches between the firewall and the block. But the difference in how this vehicle's operated, how the engine and battery have lasted even in the cold, even when I've let the vehicle sit for a month while I've been gone, it is amazing. So to recap, after 2 years of having this product on the vehicle, I would say it is probably my favorite upgrade I've done. It doesn't add a bunch of weight like a bunch of other things people do to the Cherokees, adding bumpers and whatnot. You get rid of the frayed, thin, just, crappy wires, and you get nice 2 or 4 gauge wiring with clean ends. You get new terminals on your batteries, no more loose battery or cracked battery terminal. I know it's a big thing with aging vehicles, and this isn't cheap Chinese wire, cheap Chinese stuff that's all soldered together that you get from O'Reilly's. This is handmade in the USA, quality cable. You can feel it the second you open it out of the box. I highly recommend you check them out. Remember, guys, if I can do this install, you can do this install. So, how do I make this up? Not Corona, hopefully. Really hope so.